Hey chemistry class, this is Stoichiometry notes video number 3. This time we're calculating grams to grams. So you always start with a balanced chemical reaction. And in this video, the reaction I'm using for my practice is the same one you have for your 5 questions you're going to try. So don't forget the numbers in front tell you how many moles are used in this chemical reaction. So the practice problem has how many grams of iron are going to be needed to make 26.5 grams of iron 3 oxide. So since we're calculating how many grams, what you want to do is write that at the end of your math on the right-hand side. How many grams of iron? They always have to give you something to start with. So what you do is you write the number we have to start with, 26.5 grams of iron 3 oxide on the left. Grams to grams calculations are 3-part problems. So go ahead and write 3 sets of parentheses and leave you some room. You're going to be writing inside of those parentheses. The first thing you want to do is to convert the grams of iron 3 oxide into moles. So 1 mole of iron 3 oxide. You got to figure out how many grams that would be. So this is where you use your periodic table. Iron 3 oxide has 2 irons. So what I'm going to do is multiply 2 times the mass of iron. And on the periodic table, the mass of iron is 55.85. You have 3 oxygens. So I'm going to multiply 3 by 16 grams because that's the mass of oxygen from the periodic table. So here's where you need a calculator. Multiply these numbers and add them together to get your mass in grams of iron 3 oxide. I get 159.7 altogether. So 1 mole of iron 3 oxide is 159.7 grams. I put grams of iron 3 oxide on the bottom because I want to cancel those units. Grams over grams cancels out. So I'm at moles of iron 3 oxide. Next, you're going to write your mole to mole ratio. So if you look in the chemical reaction, there's 2 moles of iron 3 oxide. And we're trying to calculate iron. So look at the number in front of iron, that's a 4. This is a 4 to 2 mole to mole ratio of iron to iron 3 oxide. I put iron 3 oxide on the bottom so I could cancel those moles. Moles over moles goes away. I'm trying to get to grams of iron. So I want to figure out 1 mole of iron, how many grams that would be. So again, use that periodic table, find iron. I see it's 55.85 grams for every mole. So 55.85 grams make a mole of iron. I put moles of iron on the bottom so I can cancel those units. Moles of iron over moles of iron, those units cancel. And we're at grams of iron. Now it's time to calculate. So multiply all the numbers on the top. 26.5 times 1 times 4 times 55.85. And then you're going to divide by the numbers on the bottom. So take that answer and divide by 159.7 and divide by 2. And that's going to give you your answer to the stoichiometry calculation. So it looks like I get 18.54 grams of iron. So 18.54 grams of iron is how many I need to make that 26.5 grams of iron 3 oxide. So first I went to moles, then I used the mole to mole ratio, then I went from moles back to grams to do my stoichiometry grams to grams calculation. You're going to try some today.